What's going on, Bucs fans? You're watching Bucs Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Reid Bartkus. Wherever you're watching, whenever you're watching, hoping you're having a great day. Should the Bucs sign David Njoku? If you did not see yesterday, the news came out that David Njoku will be leaving the Cleveland Browns, which is interesting because he's been there for a while. Adam Schefter, saying tight end David Njoku, who is scheduled to be a free agent, announced that he will not return to the Browns in 2026. Sort of like Rachaad White being like, hey, thanks for everything. I'm out of here. Sort of on to the next chapter in his NFL career. And actually, David Njoku was the one who went on Instagram and said that he was leaving the Cleveland Browns, which it's sort of interesting because he's spent a lot of his career there, and they went on and sort of drafted his replacement. And now last year, he did not get as much production and as much targets because of Harold Fannin Jr. But I think he was like, all right, you guys have your guy. I maybe mentored him a little bit last season. Time for me to move forward. He does have some injury history, so maybe I guess he was just done with his Cleveland Browns chapter. But now Myles Garrett's like, where are all my guys? He's got no teammates anymore. So today's show is all about, should the Buccaneers sign David Njoku, pair him up with an old friend, Baker Mayfield. Now, before we get into the entire show, I just want to say, first off, thank you guys so much for subscribing. It is amazing that we continue to grow this channel. But we are in a subscriber battle with our rivals in the NFC South. The Panthers today, my guy, Tyler Smith, he's going strong, but we are catching up a little bit. I don't remember the numbers of last time, but I feel like only 30 subscribers away. He had a little bit of a push a couple of weeks ago, so I'm really hoping that we can catch him. So if you haven't already, make sure to go down, hit that subscribe button. You get free daily Bucs videos from a Bucs fan for a Bucs fan. Absolutely 100% free. So if you haven't already, hit that sub button. Let's catch him. I don't want Tyler Smith and the Panthers to win. All right, moving on to our show. This is our tight end depth chart. Little weird. With Cade Otton leaving in free agency, if he does, all we have is Payne Durham and Devin Culp, a 5th-round pick and a 7th-round pick, and a unrestricted free agent as well. But really only 2 tight ends on the depth chart. A big hole if Cade Otton does decide to leave in free agency. If he decides to leave or the Bucs decide to move on, either one, could that open up a spot for a guy like David Njoku? He's a veteran tight end, extremely athletic. The guy, if you've ever seen, don't be weird, if you've ever seen pictures of him with his shirt off, the guy's ripped. He's huge. He's a dangerous threat down the middle of the field. And just in general, the guy's an athlete. So, like I said earlier in the video, his 2025 stats, it was a little weird because he has some injury issues, and that kept him off the field a little bit. But as well, Harold Fannin Jr. started to become their main guy towards the end of the season, honestly, in the middle of the season as well. And credit to him. I mean, he's a great tight end. And David Njoku was like, all right, I guess I'm done. And that's why he's leaving the Cleveland Browns. But if you look at his last 4 seasons, man, the guy is consistent as a tight end in the NFL. 2024, 64 receptions, 500 yards. And I know you guys can see on screen the games played, only 11 and 14. And as he gets older, the injuries sort of piling up a little bit. So that's why I think if you want to go out and sign a guy like David Njoku in free agency, if Cade Otton leaves, it might be a little bit better because, 1, he's cheaper, and 2, you get to pair him up with a guy who he is familiar with. And yes, injuries hurt a little bit, but that, like I said, brings him cheaper, and you get a little bit of a veteran presence in the locker room and a guy pairing up with his former teammate, where in this new Zac Robinson offense, the tight end and quarterback, they're going to be like best friends because Zac Robinson's offense, and we'll get to that in a second. We're going to do a little bit of a film breakdown, but having a relationship between that in a brand new offense and just relationships all in general on the offense with Zac Robinson and Baker Mayfield, and if David Njoku comes with Baker Mayfield as well, very, very important, and I would love that. And if you think about, what I said before, the veteran presence in the locker room, Caleb Skinner from Bucs Sports Illustrated on David Njoku said, a one-time Pro Bowler and the Browns runner-up in receptions and receiving touchdowns among tight ends in franchise history, Njoku would give the Bucs a veteran presence with the size and athletic skill set that makes him an elite red zone threat while also a solid weapon in the intermediate passing game. And the intermediate passing game is sort of what I want to focus on a little bit, is because that is the bread and butter of a Zac Robinson offense, who the tree and the branch coming from Sean McVay. We'll get to that in a little bit. A Rams tight end that had a very, very good year with Zac Robinson as the pass game coordinator in 2022. If you know who that is, shout out to you. But you tell me, do you want the Bucs to sign David Njoku? Type Y for yes, type N for no in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. You tell me, because this is not about me. This is not about the channel. It's about you guys. I want to hear from you guys. I watch every video. Well, I hope so. Got to watch film on myself, But I see every comment that you guys have in the comment section. So please, please, please let me know what you want the Bucs to do. If you want them to sign, type yes. If not, maybe add a name, and I'll see who you say. That'd be fun. All right, moving on to the rest of the video. How would David Njoku look on this offense? I alluded to it a little bit earlier in terms of the immediate passing and the quick throws, but let's do a film breakdown. How about that? A little fun. I'm going to show some pictures. I can't show any videos because the brand new Bucs Breakdown channel would get taken down by YouTube like that. But I'm going to show some screenshots of a Zac Robinson offense in Atlanta. Now, this is week 1, 2025. I took some time today. I was at my desk. I wanted to, just really lock in on what the tight end position looks like in a Zac Robinson offense very recently. And look who it is against, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, this is Michael Penix. Oh, wow, look, he's in pistol. Funny joke, but not a joke. He actually was in pistol a lot. Now, they're in a bunch set over here on the left side, and if you see, I meant to do red circles on this, but this is me still being new to this. So if you can see, crouched over is the tight end, Kyle Pitts, and he gets up and goes in motion. Zac Robinson's offense, almost every single play in this game and in his offense is either motion or play action. And so whether it be the tight end or wide receiver. So in this one, the tight end going in motion, that's Kyle Pitts, and the ball gets snapped, and Kyle Pitts is immediately doing just a quick 5-yard out. But him going in motion gets him going quick and is able to get that ball out a little bit faster for a guy like Michael Penix, who thrives in this pistol formation. Now, I'm going to show this next one, and this is kind of not a slight to Michael Penix and our rivals down in Atlanta, but a little bit. I don't know if you can see, but this is Kyle Pitts right here catching the ball. He's got all this open space up here. If Michael Penix just puts it on him on the outside, he could take this up, and we know what Kyle Pitts can do with the ball in his hands after the catch. But it's just a funny little thing talking about Michael Penix not being able to get the ball on the chest of his receivers. But it's a very quick throw, 5-yard out, right to the sideline, get the ball in your playmaker's hands, and that's what happened. Kyle Pitts goes, makes a couple guys miss tackles, and gets a first down. Kyle Pitts, an option for free agency as well in the tight end position. But that's Njoku's play style as well. Now, he's a dangerous threat up the field, and you throw it up to him, he goes up and gets the ball. But he thrives in that intermediate throw, 10 yards, a little bit lower, maybe like a 6-yard, 7-yard out like that, and catch the ball, go make a play. And David Njoku running full speed ahead to a cornerback. If I'm the corner, I'm diving at his legs. That is, he'll run you over. So I think that is very important in terms of Baker Mayfield I want him to get that ball out quick. One read, go. When you got that guy in motion like Kyle Pitts was, and you do a quick 5-yard out, get the ball out quick. That is a Zac Robinson offense, and I think David Njoku would perfectly incorporate that if he was on the team as well. So if you want to look, I said it earlier. So Zac Robinson comes from Sean McVay, his tree in L.A. Now, I don't know how much Zac Robinson was incorporated in the play calling and the pass game, but he was the pass game coordinator in 2022 with the Los Angeles Rams. Now, Tyler Higbee, second in receiving for the Rams in 2022. 108 targets, 72 receptions, 620 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts last year, 118, 88 receptions, 928 yards. Finally had the year that we were expecting him to have. So Zac Robinson, this is just another example of Zac Robinson utilizing the tight end. And Tyler Higbee, Kyle Pitts, not exactly the same as David Njoku, but it is a little bit similar in terms of that pass-catching tight end. And if you let Cade Otton go, David Njoku is a great replacement who can help develop Devin Culp. So a lot of people are talking about, hey, we don't need Kyle Pitts. We got Devin Culp. Devin Culp's a seven-round draft pick out of Washington in 2024. I'm not saying he's terrible, but you're not going to get a ton of production and development out of a guy in the 7th round. Now, you can find some steals as well, but if you get a guy like David Njoku to sort of help him along, and Payne Durham is that run-blocking tight end that you can continue to have on that roster. He's not going anywhere. And then you get David Njoku and Devin Culp, sort of like that three-headed, allow Zac Robinson to pick and choose which guy he wants to have on the field. And David Njoku, injury history, if he's not on the field, I feel confident with Payne Durham and Devin Culp on there. But I think he's a good option to have in that tight end room to sort of help develop these two guys who are a bit young. And if you want to move on from Cade Otton, that's a good idea. So you pick a tight end for me. Like I said again, it's all about you guys. If you want to keep Cade Otton, type CO down in the comment section. If you want to let him go and maybe go to a guy like David Njoku, please let me know down in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Let me know who you would like to have as the tight end on the Bucs roster. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit that sub button. And while you're down there, make sure to hit that like button as well. Tells YouTube, hey, it's a good Bucs video for good Bucs fans like yourself. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. And as always, fire the cannons.